Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This is about the DS1074z power supply. What makes me happy is that its power interface has text marks. I found that its socket is only a part less than the ATX socket of PC power supply, but its shape is the same. I tried, and sure enough, as long as I cut off part of the ATX power plug, it can be perfectly plugged into the current socket. Only a part needs to be cut off, like this. What I need to do next is to complete the required positive voltage and the negative voltage power supply. I will use the ATX power supply to change it. Change 12 volts, minus 12 volts, to positive and negative 17.5 volts. In theory, 5 volts and minus 5 volts will also be increased to 7.29 volts, which can be used for minus 7.5 volts, and then reduce it to 6.3 volts and 5 volts. AC trick is used to feed back AC power, so my first task is to transform a power supply. The ATX power supply I found uses the classic TL494 series cheap power supply. The voltage value is easily changed. It is mainly used to adjust the sampling circuit. However, the withstand voltage of the filter capacitor on the original 12 volts circuit is only 17 volts. Here, I need to find a suitable capacitor to replace it. I also found a schematic diagram on the internet. Thanks to the author of this website, I can start my work easily. This is the power supply I changed. It is not applicable after 12 volts is adjusted to 15.9 volts, 5 volts is adjusted to 6.7 volts, and 3.3 volts. I used a separate DC to DC conversion of 6.3 to 5 volts. After testing each voltage, I plug it into the motherboard. But after power on, all the lights are on. At that time, the screen was black. I checked it for a long time. The voltage values of all channels marked on the motherboard are correct. But I think the CPU does not work because the indicator does not work. It was not until I took down the LCD to measure the voltage that the lamp really flickered. The flicker rule is the same as that in other videos about the DS1074z. However, when I installed the LCD and started it again, there was no response. Therefore, I firmly believe that the CPU does not work. I want to repair it beyond my ability. Before I think about how to make his CPU work, I can only give up the maintenance for the time being. But I will also try to own my own oscilloscope. Thanks for watching my video.